Welcome to Free Life Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle, and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on, everyone? How are you doing? Good to see you, as always. All right, let me click this, and then click that, and then click this, and then click. There we go. Okay. I'm having technical problems. Number one, my camera doesn't work, and I need to deactivate and activate because it's been more than 30 seconds. There we go. All right, now that is fixed. Thank you for your donation, JT. I have you in the queue. No, actually, you're first. Bartman, Cassandra, and Cappy, thank you for yours. We got Cairo, Andrew, Yvette, Tarot and T. We got Aquarian. Let's see, Renee and Richard Warren. What is going on, everybody? Good to see all of y'all. Howdy. And welcome to the Tarot Oracle Show. Let's start off with JT. JT starting us off tonight. Starting us off tonight with a situation. We need to find out what the situation is. We need to find out what the situation is. My face is not recognized. Well, now it should be. There you go. All right, now my face is recognized. There we go. Carolyn, you clicked the wrong button. You requested money instead of sending money, so I rejected it. Thank you for your try anyway. Anyway, Jessica wants to know what is going on with the situation this month. Is there anything I need to know? What kind of things are happening? Richard wants to know, can I trust my girlfriend? Richard, I mean, if you can't tell, there's a problem. If you can't figure that one out, there's a problem. All right, Gabby, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. Gabby, I think I owe you a reading, I think I owe you a reading. I believe. Start Bright. What is going on tonight? Cosmic Kitty, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right, VJ, welcome. The caps lock key appears to be stuck, VJ. Okay, let's look. Should the situation end this month? Is there anything that I need to know? What do I need to know about the situation and want to see what's going on? I really do think that it is going to end abruptly this month. I'm going out on a limb. Catherine Holm, thank you for your donation as well. I'm going out on a limb, and I'm going to say, actually, the situation is going to cool down, and it's going to end. Here's why. You do have the 10 of Cups, happy home, happy family. This is something where people need to be more content. People need to be happier. There is just a level of frustration. There is sort of a doing sort of a little bit pulled back feel with this. The 10 of Cups says, yeah, that is hurting us. It is being not prosperous at all. 10 of Wands, the situation is dragged on too long. This is the main reason it's going to end this month. Again, going out on a limb. 10 of Wands, it does say it's going on too long. It's time to end it. It's time to conclude it. Caroline, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's time to conclude it. It's time to end it. We have to end it now. 5 of Swords says if it's dragging on any longer, this is a situation that's getting worse over time. A situation that is being more convoluted. A situation that is not advantageous to anybody. And it's really time to wrap it up and get it concluded. Diane, what is going on? Good to see you. Andrew, I hope your hand is better. All that. What's the future for the Divination deck Facebook group? All right, a Divination deck. I have no idea. What that is, but it appears to be a Facebook group, and it is about divination. I mean, there's a lot of divination Facebook groups. At some point, how do you know what's bad? How do you know what's good as far as divination? Hopefully they have maybe, I don't know. Hopefully they have a problem figuring out who's not to spy on or who's to spy on or whatever is going on these days. I mean, it is big tech. You don't know. All right. Anyway, what is the future of this particular group? Hermit, 7 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the Queen of Swords. I think the future is that it continues on. I think everything's fine with the group. It continues on. We're moving forward. I do think you end up having a moderator that is a little bit too strict, and a lot of people leave from that. I'm just making the prediction, right? Sarah, welcome. You do have the Queen of Swords. A moderator comes in. They're like a little bit too harsh, a little bit too much, a little bit over the top. It just feels like that's not advantageous to the group at all. And some people leave. They just get frustrated. They're like, I can't handle this anymore. This is not something I want to keep doing and whatnot. And then there's Temperance. Temperance says there is an imbalance that sort of hits the group at some point. So I think it's sort of a self-inflicted wound to the group. I don't think there's any sort of risk and any sort of risk coming through there with that. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles does say that, yeah, this is a group that's worthwhile keeping it open. A lot of good people in here. You know, it just feels like everything is good with the group. And so I like it. It's a community for okay, well, I like it. It's still good. Seven of Pentacles says it's worthwhile. Hermit does say that there are some people that really are on one side and some people that are on another side. It's like the DC versus Marvel event, you know, in the comic series or something. Or it's like the Marvel Secret Wars or, a civil war. I don't know. But it seems like that with the Hermit. It feels like people are dual-sided with this. And I think that is what is the happening for the group. Anyway, Sarah, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Joan, what is going on? The dogs have not, the dogs went out at 4. The dogs been out at 4. So it's been 2.5 hours. By the way, I'm talking to somebody that you don't see. Anyway, all right. We got Carolyn has a question. Talk to me about Project Wrath. Project Wath. No, talk to me about my project. What do you see from me? All right, let's see. CA wants to know about a project. All right, we need to figure that out. CA is on PayPal. Need to find out the project. What is the future of the project? What do we see with the project? What is going on? We're going to continue to use my deck with that. What is going to happen? What do you see from me as far as the project is concerned? So we have an unknown project with an unknown series of things happening. Kobe, thank you for your donation. We need to figure out kind of where it's going and what is the ultimate end goal to that. You know, what kind of things are we going to have for that? All right. The project overall, Ace of Swords, the Fool, the Tower, and the Moon. The fact that we have 3 majors at the end is interesting indeed. It's almost like the Ace of Swords is moving us into this major factor. The project basically has some communication that comes in that captures your imagination, that captures your attention, that you just have to deal with overall. This is a project you need to deal with. You have to deal with. This is not something you're going to be able to ignore. Basically, a big communication is coming in. Why do I say that? Because you have a lot of majors, like big majors. These are not, these are not, the calming majors of the majors. These are the reaction majors. And reaction majors mean that you get a communication that you need to react to about this project. Number 1, the Fool says we are embarked upon something that needs to get done, something that needs to move forward. The Fool says we are making an adventure. We are moving forth and moving past with that. Li, thank you for your donation as well. I appreciate it over PayPal. We got Jessica, we got IL, and right now we're doing CA. But yeah, the Fool says we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to go forward. We're going to have to modify some projects or some pieces of this project. I think the project is coming to a close, quite frankly. I mean, I'm sorry. I think the project is is coming to a close. We have a loss. We have a crumbling. We have a removal of something from that with the Tower and then the Moon. It's almost like a new journey, a new epic journey that we have to take. So the new journey in the Moon, a new journey in the Fool. That's sort of fascinating with a crumbling or falling down in between it. We're trying to take a new journey. That didn't work, so we have to take a different type of journey. I'm just saying. Take some notes here. I think there's some interesting things coming with this project. I think there's some very interesting things coming with this project that you do not see with that. Anyway, let's do a couple more. Donations, and we'll go back to PayPal. Does Max still love me? Cassandra, I still love you. It doesn't matter if Mac loves you at this point. Let's get real. Cassandra, let's get real. I'm glad to hear the interview went well and you're getting some salary. I like that. You are in the queue. You're about 4 or 5 away with the queue. Let's lace down some cards now and find out if Mac still loves you. As much as I love you, is Mac going to come up and say, hey,
I love you?
Maybe with the Bumbleberry Hollows deck, though. We all love that. I mean, that's pretty simple. You don't need a tarot question to find out that the Bumbleberry Hollows, that we all love it. We all love it. So, I mean, let's find out. All right, Mac. Are you still in love with Mac? That's what I'm asking. Are you still in love with Mac? That's the first thing that came. It's that intuition thing. The first thing that came out. Are you still in love with Mac? Is my question to you. But does Mac still love you? That's your question to me. Queen of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. This is a lot of passion. It's a lot of love. I think Mac is still checked in here. Mac is still checked in, and Mac is eventually going to be coming back. Queen of Swords says there's somebody else in the way. I mean, I'm just saying now, there's somebody else in the way of this. The Queen of Swords. So there's a blocker. There's a blocker between you and the end and the field goal, right? Love Apples. Welcome to the stream. It's been a minute. How are you doing? Good to see you again. With the Queen of Cups into the 10 of Pentacles, they still have passion. They still have love for you, but there's somebody that doesn't want that to happen. There's somebody that's blocking it. There's somebody that's running interference right here. Cassandra, I'm just saying, they still love you. Yes, somebody's running interference. You got to do something about that. Or at least relax and wait for that to go away, or something with that. Queen of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. You can't fluff that over. You cannot fluff that over. It just is not going to happen at all. That's what I'm saying. Not gonna happen. So you're gonna have to sort of deal with the consequences here. But that is the way it goes sometimes. Cappy, how does the Cancer feel about me? Everybody wants to know how everybody feels about you. I like y'all. So you don't have to ask. You don't have to go to somebody else's stream and be like, what does Tarot Oracle think about me? I like you. I'm just saying. Really, Chris, thank you for your really big donation. I appreciate that. All right. I mean, let's see. Effie, welcome. What's going on? I mean, we got to see now. By the way, this is the Tarot of the Divine, okay? We got a lot of butterflies up in here. I like butterflies. What can I say? Fem, thank you for your donation. I'm just saying now, the Tarot, okay, this Tarot right here, the Tarot of the Divine has a big book, 200-page book coming out that tells all of the stories. I know this comes with a little book. You don't have to tell me, but it dives deeper and deeper into these stories. I'm going to have it. I'm just going to have it. I need to look at it and make sure this is something that's going to be different than what was included in the box. But I mean, I'm just saying, because this deck is like $17. With inflation, it's probably now like $25. But that's life. But I'm just saying, I need the book. I already pre-ordered it. I'm waiting for it. I'll show it on the stream. I'm going to break down these books for y'all. Is what I'm going to do. All right, Knight of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the Knight of Coins. You're looking at a couple of knights sort of sandwiching a 10 of Cups. That is so interesting. How's the Cancer feel about me? Cappy, it changes. This is not something steady. This is not something like they feel this way this minute, and they're always going to be feeling this way for the next 10 years. This is something that changes over time. This is something that's really powerful today. It's not powerful tomorrow. Other days, they hate you. It feels like that they have different memories about you based upon the day or based upon what's going on or what's kind of out there kind of thing. This is a movement-oriented feel is what I'm saying. Movement-oriented feeling, okay? We see that with a couple of knights again, sort of sandwiching this 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups says, hey, I miss the times that we had together. We had some nice developments here. 10 of Cups is all about having a strong connection, having sort of this new home, new family thing. But the Knight of Wands, that fiery aspect being on the outskirts, it says there is a bit of a fire. There's a bit of a flame with that. A lot of times we had a little too much, We had a little too much. But the Knight of Coins says, hey, let's settle down with this. This is something that still needs to be mobile. It still is moving, but a lot of times they like you. A lot of times they don't. Sometimes they really dislike you. This is something mobile. Cappy, this is not something where you're just going to have to capture the moment at one particular time or opportunity or something. This is something you just have to understand that this person has good, bad, and indifferent. You never know what you are going to get. Philippe, what is going on? All right, Cosmic Kitty. We got, well, Keith, the Cancer. Veronica, thank you for your donation. Will the Cancer contact me once more? Uno Moss with those waters. Now, is the Cancer just going to come up in contact? If I'm a Cancer, I'm going to be using this deck. I mean, Cosmic Kitty, you knew I was going to break the Mons Tarot out. You knew I was going to break this out. You knew it when you joined. You were like, all right, if I ask about that Cancer, first thing he's going to do is break out the Mons Tarot. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones. He's going to, oh, okay. Will Keith contact me again? Man, that Cancer. I think you're kind of attracted to the Cancer, but worst case, you could give them up if you had to. This is one of those you could give them up if you had to. You could, Cosmic Kitty. I'm just saying. The Three of Wands, the Three of Cups, Seven of Pentacles. This is somebody who has moved on. I'm just saying that they've moved on. You have the Three of Cups, a third-party situation. I'm going out with other people. I'm seeing other things. I'm doing other activities. I'm not just sitting at home saying, Cosmic Kitty, man, I really miss Cosmic Kitty. I really want to hit that again. I really miss Cosmic Kitty. This is somebody who I've just, that could have been my soulmate. And now I messed it up. And now I don't think they're sitting around saying that. Three of Cups says they have moved on. They've moved on a little bit. Three of Wands, they're looking at other opportunities. They're looking for things, other things to do, other places to go with this. A lot of times people are just like, I'm just going to kind of give up on this and move past and move on. It does say that there's a little bit of that within here. So Three of Wands, I'm scanning for other people, the Three of Cups, and you do have the double threes. The double threes is new beginnings. It is a new birth. It is new opportunities. This person needs something new. They're a Cancer. They need a little bit of new action. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says they're looking for another place to plant their seeds. No pun intended. Veronica, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. YouTube user is back. What is going on? All right. Oh man, it is rocking tonight. It is rocking tonight. Catherine Home has $1. H-Town Gill, I've never seen you before, I don't think. Have I? H-Town Gill, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's find out what Catherine Home needs to know tonight. Tonight, we have Catherine. I have no idea what your question is. Let me scroll around and see if I can locate Catherine's question. Maybe, no, maybe. I don't know. Catherine, did you have a question? Let me know. If you didn't, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you hanging in there and being a part of the stream. Appreciate that, Sarah. After Sarah, we're going back to PayPal. We got IL. We got Jessica. We have not forgot about you. We have not forgot about you. Don't worry. All right. Sarah wants to know. Sarah's going to be the one. Hop over to PayPal. Then we're going to come back. How does my love life look like by the end of the year? Let's hope you don't have to drive anywhere to see the new love. Is what I mean. This is the opportunity, my friends. This is the opportunity to find somebody local for love. Somebody where you can ride the bicycle over there, right? You can walk over there, or you can ride the bicycle over. This is not the time to have the love that lives like an hour away. You know what I'm saying? If you got that love that lives an hour away, you may want to reevaluate who you're dating. CV, I thank you for your donation. All right. Let's find out. By the way, this is the Diversity deck. Now, y'all brutalize this in the comments and on the dislikes. I'm just saying. Y'all brutalize this on the comments and the dislikes, but I like it. I like it a lot. I don't know what that, I think they propped you up with the divine diversity is what they did. They propped you up. You're like, divine diversity. Let's do it. Let's go. And then it was all shirtless people, all shirtless dudes. And you're like, this is not much divine diversity in my opinion. I mean, Maybe you were propped up. That's like the never-ending story, When that thing ended, when that movie ended, I'm like, they propped me up. They lied. They lie. This is not a never-ending story. I mean, you have to go. You have to go forth with your life. All right, let's find out. How does my love life look by the end of 2022? You do have a 10 of Wands. You do have an Empress. That is interesting. That is interesting. A love that just doesn't work, but we're stuck in it. I mean, you got a little of this before the end of the year, right? A little of this before the end of the year is what I'm saying. A love that just doesn't work. A love that just doesn't work and it's hard to get out of. I think that's part of what you got. Part of what you got in the love life, right? You are looking at the 10 of Wands and the Empress. Hey, I'm comfortable. I like kind of where it's at. I like the situation. I need to get out of here. The 10 of Wands, this is really working my nerve. I'm having to carry all of this stuff from this relationship. I don't think it's very functional at this point. 2 of Pentacles, I need to make a decision here. Now, the Emperor does point to basically the fire sign that's coming later. All right, the fire sign that's coming later. You have 2 big opportunities. Whether you want to take them, that's up to you, right? It's kind of like the opening of Mission Impossible. I have a mission for you, whether you choose to accept it, except the book doesn't light on fire after the mission is read to you, okay? It's what I'm saying. You got 2 loves. The first one is a love that you're stuck with. It looked great. And then all of a sudden, you're just kind of stuck with it. You can't really get out of the 10 of Wands into the Empress. This was really nice. It looks so great, but I really can't just sneak out of this very easily. This is somebody a little bit emotional, somebody who's a little high strung or whatnot. You do have that opportunity. The second opportunity that you do have is sort of a 2 of Pentacles with an Emperor. And like Andrew points out, you do have the Empress and the Emperor here. The 2 of Pentacles says, I have some tough decisions to make. This is a single dad. This is a single dad, and you're going to have to make a decision on kind of if you want to stick around for that, because there are some sort of a technical difficulties here, some logistics that just ain't working for you. But you're going to have to sort of figure that out. You have 2 opportunities. Which one do you want to stick with? And, that said, there is no like a unicorn love relationship in your future where, like it's just beautiful and everything. You got the 6 figures, 6 feet. Yeah, a lot of times you just kind of got to put up with what you get, right? You put up with what you get, and if it's good enough, then you sort of go forth with it. The 2 of Pentacles and the Emperor is one of those. I think a second relationship is going to be a little bit better than the first, quite frankly. I mean, quite frankly, I think, do you have to watch Teal's unboxing of this deck? I mean, a lot of people hit dislike. Let's go see what the dislike on that thing is. A lot of people didn't like this deck. They're like, hey, you said divine diversity, and it's just a bunch of shirtless dudes. Let's find out here. Divine. Let's search for divine. Okay, divine diversity review. All right, let's go to this deck and let's see what's going on. We got, how many dislikes do we have on it? Why can't I see it? Because... Okay, I mean, all right, divine diversity. Let's go to that one and let's look. It's not going to show me here, and it's not going to show me analytics. Okay, let me click on analytics. It's not going to show me on here either. It's not going to show me on here either. Man, they're really hiding the dislikes. Okay, well, back in the days when you could see dislikes, it had a few. Now it's all invisible. To me too. Rose, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Gabby, I got you in the queue. Thank you so much. The name of this deck is very misleading. I mean, I was expecting X and I got Y, but I mean, that's okay. I mean, I guess that's all right. I mean, you gotta have, I mean, I think Joe, the dude that drew this deck, he's good at drawing muscled dudes, okay? And that's very difficult to do if you've ever tried to draw a muscled dude. Mine looks terrible. Mine looks like some freakish thing. I'm just saying, he's good at it. So what he did is he leaned on it a little too much. Leaned on it. He leaned on it a little too much. I mean, if you're good at something, that's cool. If you're great at something, that's fantastic. But you just can't just lean the whole tarot deck on that one thing and then call it something else. Anyway, JT, will E get punished? Okay, will E get punished? I think you asked this before. You asked if D you get punished, you asked if E you get punished. I think E is the one that got away with it the last time. Let's see if they're still getting away with it. I mean, Jessica, that memory. I think E got away with it, but D did not. D did not get away with it, but E did. JT, let's find out what's going on. Let's find out what's going on. I love the purple too. I like the purple. I do like the purple. All right, let's find out with this. You got the Lovers, the Devil, and the Two of Cups. I think E still gets away with it. E's got that charm. He's got that charm about him, is what I said. JD, thank you for your donation. He's got that charm. The lovers, the Two of Cups, they know how to woo people. They just do. It's nice. The devil, though, reaching into that cross, hitting the tassels or whatever's going on here. I think the devil has a little bit more influence in what you did, right? A little bit more influence here. So the devil gets away with it. The devil has a connection. The devil is making it happen, reaching in there for that cross, apparently. All right, let's find out what else is going on over there. Coyote, it's been a minute. How you doing? Good to see you. By the way, Coyote has an amazing Twitch channel. If you're not on it, Coyote, go ahead and post your Twitch channel. We got to get more people on Twitch for tarot, is what I'm saying. Anyway, let's see. We got IL. Interview is going well with I get the expected salary. And IL was generous enough to also post it in chat so I could click it. IL, are you my soulmate? IL, are you my soulmate? You not only did over PayPal with your question, but you put it in chat too, so I could easily click on it. I mean, that's like luxury liner for a geek. For a geek like me, that is just luxury liner tarot reading right there. That's just easy mode. I mean, IL, I just love you to death. All right, let's see. Anyway, so the interview, so we said your interview was going to go well. Now are we going to get the cashola that we need, right? Are they going to cough up the cash that you need from the job with this? Page of Wands, the 6, and this is, you got a couple of 6s here. I think you're going to make enough, but you're not going to make like a dream salary. It's not going to cover like 20% inflation or anything like that. I mean, it is a Page of Wands up here, right? You're just starting out. They realize you're starting out. They realize that you're not coming in like going to be the manager of the place and whatnot. So they do think that this is a successful match. The Lord of Victory says you're going to come in, you're going to make it happen. You're going to bring all sorts of good stuff here. But it's a matter of time. We need to see you perform. We just need to see you perform. Need to see you perform to get that done. So I think that's very important. So will you get the amazing salary up front? No, I think it's more of getting a salary over time. Once they see your worth, once they see your value and whatnot, they're going to start throwing money your direction. At least that's what I think. That is what I think. JD, you are in the queue. We got to do a couple more super chats. Then we're going to hop back over to PayPal and get the PayPal donation. Right now we got JD in the queue. Now Sarah, thank you for your other donation. We did miss Gabby the last time. We missed Gabby the last time, all right? So we need to find out. What is going on with Gabby. All right, let's see. Gabby, did you post your question from the last time? I think you did. Here we go. That was my question from the other live. How do I go Maxim and I meet up? First impressions. All right. We're getting Maxim, we're going to meet him, and we're going to find out what kind of impressions we can make on this individual, right? This individual. Coyote, are you JD? Is that you? I see you. I do see you. Thank you so much for your donation. Either way, I see the beard. I see the beard, and I see glasses, but I don't see glasses on both. So I'm not sure. I assume that's you. I assume that nobody has that prominent beard already. All right. I assume your beard is unique. Anyway, all right. How will I go with Maximum I Meetup? What are their first impressions of me? Let's find out. Let's find out for that. I mean, Sarah, there's no bad news. There's just, there's good news. It's always good news. It's good to meet somebody. Hey, anyway, Maximum I Meetup, what would be the first impressions? Very, very good. This is First Impressions Deluxe right here. This is a deluxe First Impressions right here. You do have the strength. You do have this meeting. It feels like it's a little unequal meeting, like somebody else has more interest than the other ones or something like that. It feels like that it's just not an equal footing. Somebody else is more interested than the other person. It really feels like that, right? That's why you have the 6 of Pentacles up in here. It feels like that's just not the opportune thing. Overall strength says it's a good meet. It's a good connection. The 6 kind of says we're sort of giving out. We're giving sort of up front in here. Jessica, thank you for your other donation. But yeah, I do think it is a good meet. The Empress says once you calm down, once everything is sort of there, that is going to be important, and that's going to be pretty nice. Okay? That's going to be pretty nice. I like it. Surprise to you. Paula, welcome. How you doing? Good to see you. All right. Let's see what else on the PayPal side. We do have Coyote, and then we got Jessica, but we are doing other stuff now. We got so many. We got to catch up on all of the readings. Catherine Home had a reading, and now we know what it is. What does my romantic life look like for the next 3 months? Let's find out what kind of good things we have for the next 3 months. Oh, oh man. I mean, one more. It may be time to take a break. It may be time to take a break and focus on other. I mean, it is. It's one of those where it's time to take a little bit of a break and focus on other things at the moment. You are looking at 3 months, a little bit on the dry side as far as the romance, a little bit on the dry side as far as the connections and the excitement and all of that other stuff. Neve, welcome. How you doing? But it looks like it's time to be on the little bit on the dry side. It's time to give up some of this. Time to give up the chase for at least a couple of months and focus on other things. Focus on other things that could be important, because Judgment says you do have some things upcoming. You do have some things that could be upcoming for you, but it is only a matter of sort of waiting it out at this point. All right. We have Sarah. What is by the end of 2022? We did that. What should I do? Oh, there we go. Kobe has another good question. What should I do to better interpret tarot? Ooh, let's find out. Let's get a good deck for that. If I'm going to interpret tarot, and I do interpret tarot, by the way, I'm going to use the Wizards, the Little Wizards tarot. We got a jumper, the Page of Wands. Oh my. Oh my. Page of Wands. What could that mean? Let's go. Let's go, my friends. This is going to be spicy. Page of Wands starting me out. Ace of Cups. Planned tragedy. Planned tragedy. Oh my, that's not the card you want in this question. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this is not the card that I wanted to see for this particular question. I mean, I'm not critiquing you, Mr. Tarot Deck. I'm just saying this is not the card that I wanted, but I'm just saying, well, let's go for it anyway. We do the weird questions that the Page of Wands. This is an implementation thing. It's a matter of going through what you know and figuring out where it fits. Going through the cards, figuring out where they fit together. Because the Page of Wands does have the sorting hat. The Page of Wands does have a sorting hat with a sword jammed into it. It feels like that there are no communications. There are no messages. A lot of times you are getting dry messages where things just aren't communicating because the hat's off. You're not getting the sorting done because it's been stabbed by a freaking knife or sword. Stabbed by a knife or sword, ain't nobody got time for that. So you're sort of breaking out the wand and sort of casting a spell at this point. I think this sort of means don't rely on intuition all the time. Don't rely on information to be consistent. You have to prepare to just read raw with the cards. A lot of times there's just nothing. You're coming up dry with intuition. Maybe you're stressed out because people are texting you during your stream, or maybe you're stressed out about something else, dogs pooping all over the place. I don't know. But I mean, you have the Page of Wands says rely on the cards, learn to lean on the cards a little more instead of intuition, just for those emergencies where you don't have anything. It is coming across dry. Start bright. Thank you for the donation tonight. Ace of Cups. Find a new passion. Find a new passion. Is it astrology? Is it Kabbalah? What is it? Find a new passion and chase that. Some sideline from a tarot. Something that's tarot but not tarot related. Maybe playing cards, reading standard playing cards. Maybe getting one of these decks that we need to reinterpret the whole tarot deck with it. Find a new passion. Find something new. Ace of Cups. Keep new passions coming in, because the more new things, the more excitement, the more exhilarated you're going to be about the basics when you come back to it. Planned tragedy, otherwise known as, obviously, the Tower. It is time to break down what you know. It's time to break down what you know and ask, what don't I know? Like, what don't I know? Go through my videos. Go through my book, right? Do you know Tarot and the Seasons? Do you know how to interpret sort of numbers? Do you know how to locate objects with tarot? What don't you know? And you want to make a list of what kind of things you want to, because we're building the tower back, right? We're building it from the scratch. And we need to do that brick by brick. And each brick is going to be what I don't know and how do I obtain that. And the Hanged Man. just sort of get a lot of times with your tarot interpretation, get out of your body, get out of your mind, right? Become the shadow self, become another side of yourself, and just sort of listen to nothing but your thoughts, nothing but your intuition. Sort of go for that and just go wild with it, right? I said over here, prepare for no intuition, but you do want to lean into it a lot of times and figure out what the intuition says and just go full steam on it. Just listen to it, right? Samantha, oh, Jesus. Samantha's mowing down people. Samantha, are they okay? Are you okay? Oh my God, Samantha, you got to stay off the sidewalk, girl. You got to stay off the. All right, no, that's terrible. That's terrible. Anyway, all right, we'll get to that reading after a while. We still got more to go. We got Really Chris coming in over here. Really Chris is hi. Hello, the Sag reached out today. Oh my, the Sagittarius has reached out to you. After my reading from you yesterday, I was not sure about responding. What does he want to discuss, and what are their current energies? Let's find out. Let's find out what's going on. What do they want, right? They reached out. What do they want to discuss? What kind of energies do we got cooped up in this Sagittarius? We need this stuff. Four of Cups. I mean, I think that they're, okay, all right. This is kind of wild, but okay. All right, I'm going to go out on a limb here, all right? Hashtag not all Sagittarius, but I'm just saying, this particular one seems to be at the end of the ropes. They just need somebody at this point. It really feels like they don't really need you. They just need somebody. They need somebody. They need a warm body at this point. It feels like they just need somebody right now. And they're just sort of hitting up whoever they can. I mean, hashtag not all Sagittarius, but it just feels like this person is, because you do have a Four of Cups. Like, I'm reaching out for something I don't want. I'm reaching out for something that's not ideal. I'm just reaching out and basically just, what can I do? How can I be, kind of thing with that. Just overall, I don't think this is good. I think they're just like, yeah. We're going to try for something. Seven of Pentacles does say they're trying to rebuild, right? They're trying to rebuild at this point. They're trying to rebuild what they had, or what they expect, or what they want. I think that's an important part here, because that Three of Pentacles says they're willing to do some work with it. Overall, are their intentions pretty good? The Devil says, because of this, maybe not. Because of this, there are some things that you need to watch out for. You definitely need to watch out for the red flags. You definitely need to see how needy they are once they sort of come in. And you definitely kind of understand that there needs to be sort of a slow, gradual integration of this person back. Seven of Pentacles says slow, gradual integration. We planted the seeds. We're waiting for them to grow. The Three of Pentacles, we're working as a team. We're seeing where this can end up. We don't want to jump anything that's super serious. The Devil says don't take temptation too lightly here, and don't leap into anything that you can't leap out of. Definitely with that. All right. Man, let's see, Fam, what will happen with my idea? Well, hopefully your idea is going to be pretty hot. It's going to be pretty good. Let's go with, if we're going to have a unique idea, we're going to have it with the Wonder World Tarot. The Wonder World Tarot. Now, my friends, there is a new box for this, and I hit up Amy to get the new box graphic for this, because I just need this. I need it for the stream. It's going to be amazing. This is a new box graphic. Just looks hot. I'm just saying now. Anyway, what will happen with my idea? 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and the Knight of Coins. This is something that's a moneymaker. It's something that makes money. It makes money. This is something that is worthwhile, something that you need to chase, something that you don't just sort of give up on this or sort of go forth and all of this other. You do have a 10 of Wands here. You do know that implementing this is a pain in the butt. You do know that implementing this is not going to be simple, easy, or just going to be, it's going to have a little bit of an extreme to it. And that is because the idea just doesn't work, because it's too big and it's just too much. as is too much to handle alone. A lot of people have these grand ideas, like grand schemes, grand themes. It's just a little bit too much for individuals to take on. Ten of Wands says it is, right? The Ten of Cups. Is this something that you can get into? It is something worthwhile, something to chase, but you need to trim it down a little bit. Take off the fat, right? Take off the fat a little bit with that. The Ten of Cups says, let's go it. Let's move. Let's make it happen. And the Nine of Coins says it is a money maker. I mean, the Femme. This is a money making idea. Nerdsbane, you're just in time. You're just in time for the O, is what I'm saying. You're Nerdsbane, we've been waiting for you. Nerdsbane, I've been sitting here. And I've been like, where's Nerdsbane? I mean, somebody back me up over here. I've been sitting here waiting. I said, where's Nerdsbane? Anyway, boo-boo, what's going on? Good to see you. Now, we're up to the double Veronica read, a general, and is anybody from the past going to be sneaking in here and making an appearance? Is that going to happen? We're going to stick with this and make it happen. A little bit of a general feel for this. Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, and Death. Due for a change? I mean, you're ready, aren't you? I mean, Veronica, aren't you ready for a change at this point? Let's do it. You're ready for a change at this point. Death is coming. Ace of Cups. Okay. Now, you want a general. We are leaning towards somebody coming back from your past because that's what you were just asking, right? Somebody is coming back. Samantha, thank you for the double shot. Look at you. All right. The Queen of Wands as well. Okay. Yeah, somebody's coming from the past. It's infecting your general read as well. Ace of Cups talking about a new opportunity, something new, something exciting coming in that you are going to be thrilled with. Death said this is going to be a little bit of a change. For Veronica, I think somebody's pulling you in a direction. I think somebody is coming from the past. They've moved and they want you to move back with them or move back closer to them. I don't know. Is it? Is it going to be worthwhile for you? The Death card, is this change going to be good for you? Are you willing to do something like that? Queen of Wands says you're ready for a change. Maybe not this kind of change, but let's go from the general over to this new person. Let's dig into that and let's find out kind of where it is going to happen. So we do know that somebody from the past is going to reach out. What are we going? Where are we going? How are we doing it? Why do they want us to move over there? This is the interesting part. Maybe because gas is expensive. I don't know. Let's look. Seven of Wands. You got an Eight of Swords and a Four of Wands. A couple of Wands. You know any four fire signs in there? Nerdsbane, thank you for your very generous donation. I appreciate it. Do you know any fire signs up in here? I mean, is there a little bit of a fire sign waiting for you in the past, maybe, or something like the Seven of Wands? This is somebody that you just basically had to abandon at some point. I mean, you had to abandon. You had to go away. You had to sort of be like, nah, this is not going to be something that I want to do, right? The Seven of Wands, I have some defensiveness against this. I don't think you're quite ready to do that. The Page of Coins says you can see this person. You can see this person being a part of your life and being in your life. That's pretty prominent. The Eight of Swords says you can't move, though. It feels like, no, I'm not going to move. And they sort of come out with that pretty quickly, too. The Four of Wands, they want to make a happy home, happy family, and they think that's sort of the requirement to get that. You are looking at when? I think September, late September, quite frankly, is when I think. Late September, sort of coming through in that. Now, let's hop back to PayPal. Back to PayPal we go. We got Coyote up in here. Coyote will B agree to the new relationship terms. I mean, let's find out. All right. Will B agree? All right. Coyote the Gray. All right. Will B agree? Is B going to be agreeable to all of this stuff? Maybe. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. I mean, if they're going to be agreeable to anything, it's going to be about some cats, right? The Blooming Cat Tarot. You got to have some cats. It's a stream. You got to have some kitties. You got to have some cute doggies in the stream. If you don't, life is not complete. I mean, a Coyote, you know this. You know this already. All right. You know this. All right. Will B agree? Jesus. No, I don't think they'll agree to the terms. The problem is they don't see eye to eye, right? Jessica, you're next. We don't see eye to eye on this. It's just a problem. The Two of Swords, we have a disagreement. I don't see the same thing as you. I don't see the same Coyote the Gray as you do. I don't see the same terms. Your terms basically seem logical. They seem very good. But, as far as I'm willing to do that, no, really, the Two of Swords, I see different a situation with that. The Tower, right? This is going to collapse what we have. It's just not going to work. And the Ace of Cups. I think they want to get back together, but you need to be available with your terms, okay? You need to be available with those terms. You need to be a little bit more flexible with the terms. I think if you're a little bit more flexible with the terms, it'd be good. The Ace of Cups will say, I'm ready, but those terms suck. I think you just have to be aware of that. Anyway, JT coming in. Will A be punished? Will E be punished? Will D? So let's summarize up here. We know that D is going to get punished. Bottom line, every time, 100% of the time, D is punished. E gets off the hook. Every single time E gets off the hook. Now let's find out about A. Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. I think A does get a little bit punished, but it's more of a slap on the wrist, like home restriction, or it doesn't feel like they're getting majorly punished or leaned on as much as they should be. Knight of Wands basically says they still have the mobility, they still have the actions, they're still able to do what they need to do, but they are restricted a little bit. A Four of Wands in this situation is almost like a restriction, kind of like an Eight of Swords at this point, but that is the way it goes. That is the way it goes. So, okay, D does get punished, absolutely. A gets a little punish, a slap on the wrist, and E gets away with it just like a bandit at this point. YouTube user question below with a little bit of a career read. Let's get a career read going with that. We get permanent team manager positions to cover at the beginning of the next. All right, we're basically back to the reading that you always get amazing reads. So let's see if you have successfully gotten another amazing read with this. King of Swords, Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Swords. It just says, yeah, this is leadership, more leadership, and the Knight of Cups. Mr. Romance coming into a passionate thing, getting the passionate thing that we want. This is just clean. I don't think you can ruin this. I think if we gave you 100 reads in a row on the same question, I think we would get a consistent reading from whatever we got. The King of Swords, it is a leadership position. The Queen of Swords, it is a leadership position. The Knight of Cups, it is about passion. It is about that, right? It is about that. So I think you're looking at basically the beginning of next year, in my humble opinion. Why? Because we're up in the clouds. We have these two things that are way up here in the clouds, and we need to sort of settle down. We need to come down from that mode. We need to come down from that vantage point. And I think that is going to be either the end of the year or the beginning of the next year, in my opinion. Just in my opinion with that. H-Town, what is my person's next actions towards me? Let's get rid of the kitty deck. Let's find a real deck up in here. Let's get a real deck up in here, otherwise known as the, we still need to stick with the new stuff. What is new that I can drag? Key Tarot? By the way, this is called the Key Tarot. I don't have the box of the book. Why? Because it has a freaking key on it, and there's a key here. I threw the box and the book on the floor. They're on the floor. They're on the floor right here. So I'm just telling you now, all right? Y'all got to calm down with the key. It's a Key Tarot. Don't ask me what it is. It has a key on it. It's called the Key Tarot. Okay. Anyway, I don't have any fancy thing to show you for this. Because they made the box and the book so boring that I can't just show you. Anyway, what are the next actions? Three of Swords, Eight of Wands with the Thunder, with the Lightning, and the Five of Wands. Nothing good? I mean, nothing good. I would just give up on this. I would just give up on this is what I would do. All right? I'd give up on it. I'd just go forth and move on with your life. I'm just saying. H-Town, they got to go. They got to go. That's a thumbs down. That's because there's no heart balloons. There's no heart and hearts. There's no lovey things on the screen. This looks bad. It just looks bad. You got a 3 of swords up here. An 8 of wands, which normally should be movement, which normally should be an action, is sort of dissuaded and ruined not only by the other card, but the fact that there's just not a solid lightning coming down, sort of illuminating this sort of this nightmare scenario over here. And you got a little bit of a conflict with the 5 of wands. Not only that, but they lit the damn wands up. They sticking it in each other's face when it's got fire on the end of it. I mean, there's something going on there. There's something. H-Town Gill, this looks a little challenged. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. There's no way I can spin that. There's no way I can spin. There's not of harsh readings. Sarah, your reading was not harsh. Your reading was not harsh. If you're expecting like this perfect little thing, your reading was not harsh. And you know I got a good history with your readings. All right, nobody believes me that the key tarot is on the floor, so we can do this. All right, we can do this. All right, we're going to go and we're going to show you from the tower cam that the key tarot is right there. The key tarot book is right there on the floor. It's right there beside the trash can because I missed the trash can. The key tarot is right there beside my paintings, my tarot paintings. So there's the key tarot book because I missed the trash can. But I mean, because you don't really need it anymore. It's kind of redundant. It's useless. It's like, it's useless. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, all right, because I like the deck, but the book didn't help much, The book didn't help much. I'm just saying. The book was not that helpful. Anyway, all right, CV. Does Alex want to spend the rest of their life with me? We need a good read for this. That's going to be, CV is all excited and all like thrilled and like, oh, do they want to spend the rest of it? I mean, if it is the night of bad reads, we don't want bad reading for this one because that'd be kind of disappointing, right? We need the good stuff here. We need this. Oh, I forgot who this person was. Thank you for your PayPal donation. I assume you have your real name. You have your real name, JJ. That was Fairy, wasn't it? Wasn't JJ Fairy? I think. Anyway, this is the only deck that I have in the pouch from Baba Studio. Look at that. Look at this one. I can tell you what won't end up on the floor is this. This will never end up on the floor. I can promise you that. If that thing fell on the floor, I would stop whatever the hell I'm doing and pick it up. I mean, I'm just saying. I am just saying. The whale got freed. Say, Star Bright. Say, I'm not too bad tonight. Starlight, Star Bright, my readings are pretty good tonight. I'm just saying. Entertainment purposes only. Corinne, thank you for following me on Instagram. I appreciate that. You get to see all my wild and weird paintings and stuff like that. Okay, let's look. Does Alex want to spend the rest of my life with me? I say yes. I say thumbs up. We're going to get up here into the love balloons already. Go ahead and get the love balloons because that's what we need right now. The Knight of Cups, Mr. Romance. Look at this. They're ready. They're ready to receive all those lovins. They are ready to receive all of the lovins. They don't want to miss any of them lovins is what I'm saying now. The Fool. I am willing, CV, to sacrifice whatever it takes to spend the rest of my life with you. They just are. They are ready.
I love you.
They are ready to do it. And the Seven of Cups, this journey that we have together, moving across the waves, flirting with those waves, I think that this is going to be an absolute positive yes. I like it. All right, Rose. When my husband win big lottery this year. Rose in the lottery. Let's find out. We're going to use the Victorian Romantic Tarot again because I can. It's my stream. I can. Somebody was like, is this supposed to be a black screen? Fairy, no, it's not supposed to be a black screen. I can assure you it's not supposed to be a black screen. Let me look at my statistics from my internet. Your stream quality is good. 5% CPU, 30 frames per second, 0 dropped frames, and 10,000 KBS. I mean, we're right on target. We're right on target, Fairy. It's on your end. Something's wrong on your end. I definitely would reload it and hope for the best. And hope the internet gods are like you today. Okay, let's find out. Will the husband win the big lottery this year? I think that you're going to win some money. I just think you're going to win some money. So, I mean, yeah, well, kind of thumbs up and a thumbs down at the same time. Can we do a thumbs up and a thumbs down at the same time? Maybe. I think you're going to win the lottery. I think you're going to win some money out of the lottery. I consistently have said that. The 10 of Swords. This is something that basically you do win. You do win a good amount of cash. Temperance being, it just feels like it's not just a substantial, major amount of cash. It just doesn't. It's a celebration amount of cash. I mean, when you understand the amount, you'd be like, whoa. But I don't think it's just enough cash to where you're just going to retire and going to be independently wealthy and you're going to buy a yacht and all of that other stuff. I think you're still going to be paying the high gas prices is what I'm saying. I think you're still going to be paying the high gas prices. I don't think you're going to be immune to that. Anyway, at least that's what the tarot says. Sarah understands. Will I ever be in a long-lasting relationship? I mean, I think so. I've been consistent with your relationships. I have. I've been consistent with your relationships. We're going to go with the Victorian Romantic Tarot again because I paid good money for this. I paid good money for this, and we're going to find out. We're going to find out with that. Okay, let's see. Oh, man, they're kind of sticking a little bit tonight. A little bit of a stick on here. We got to pry them apart very carefully because it's not a cheap deck. You know, I got to end up, it's not a cheap deck. I'm sorry, my friends. It's not the cheap deck. All right, do I have a ghost at home? Patricia, do you have a ghost at home? Are they haunting you now? Patricia, do you have a ghost there? Can I ask it questions, Patricia? I mean, I'm just asking a question. Can I ask your ghost some particular questions? Maybe. Okay, we do need to find out. We do need to find out. Being a longer-term relationship. 8 of Cups, Magician, the 5 Swords, and the 5. Oh, man. Sarah, what's going on with your reads? Sarah's getting the rough reads. Sarah's getting the rough reads right now. There are some relationships I think that are going to be better off for you in the future, mainly towards basically at the end of the year. Mainly towards the end of the year. I think that's kind of where it's imperative, okay? It's imperative to understand. This is something where you're going to be in maybe a couple of temporary relationships, a little hopping here, hopping there relationships and whatnot. At the end of the day, I think it's going to be all right. It is going to be okay. You're just going to have to wait it out for this. 8 of Cups is almost like we have to abandon the relationships that do waste our time. If you see a relationship that's just not going to be beneficial for you, you do have to abandon it and sort of move on with that. The Magician says ultimately you kind of control where you're headed. You kind of control the pathway with this. 5 Swords, 5 of Cups. This is about something of, making ourselves available, going forth and understanding that not every relationship works out for the best. Not every relationship is going to be perfect as far as that goes. Carol, thank you for your donation. But I think overall, you're looking good. I think you're looking good. This is an isolation thing where you have an opportunity. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity when it does happen. You definitely want it to be something that you're passionate about. You do have the Magician here. It is a controllable situation. This is something that you're creating. This is something ultimately you will be in charge of and you will be controlling. So ultimately, I think, yes, it is possible to have a long-lasting relationship. I think you're looking more at the end of the year. I do think you have a couple of fun relationships in between now and then, but I think sort of it's a little bit of a speed bump, for at least the first 2 quarters of this. Starlight, Star Bright is coming up. How the rest of March go? Let's see if March can be a clean and good experience for us. Let's put back very carefully. Our new fancy deck, the Victorian Romantic Tarot, which I do need a graphic for the screen on this. Let's go forth and let's get some fun decks up in here. Now this is indeed one of the most fun decks I have. It's a Tarot Avatada. We need to find out from this one what is going on. I mean, Sarah, I don't know what it is tonight. Sarah. You having a rough time. A little bit of a rough time, maybe. I don't know. How will the rest of March go, though? Start bright. Let's get you a clean reading tonight. Let's find out what is going on. Sarah, I chose the best decks I had, too. I mean, these are the primo decks. These were the reader decks that I chose for you. These are the primo decks. All right. So, I mean, Sarah, I didn't pick out the nose picking tarot or something like that. Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, when it came to your reads, I got you the primo decks. I didn't pick out like the nose picking tarot or the finger, the loose finger tarot or something. I'm just saying, I got you the top notch decks, and I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's just tonight. Maybe it is. A Three of Swords, Magician, and the Two of Swords. The Magician's back. What's going on? You are looking at proficiency. Part of what you're doing with your proficiency is kind of not advantageous to you. You want to watch where your focus is in March. Is what I'm saying, right? We're just warming March up right now. You want to focus on what you pay attention to, or what you're creating, what you're sort of pursuing, what you're doing, because there is that Three of Swords sort of sitting here. That Three of Swords says there is something to cut out. There is something to sort of move past with this. A Magician, watch your waste of time. Watch what you're interested in. Watch what you pursue. It almost feels like you could technically be filling your life with time-wasting things. You definitely don't want to do that. The Two of Swords, keep a distance emotionally from things that are going to happen, especially the third week of March. Things are going to happen. I've been painting, by the way. I got a board game called Marvel United, and it comes with little miniatures, and I had to paint them, so I got a little paint on my hands. Anyway, the Magician and that Two of Swords. Be emotionally detached from things that happen on the third week, all right? Third week of March, I'm just saying. Let's be consistent with it. Samantha's got the double shot tonight. Look at you all fancy. Let's see what you got going on. You hit somebody with the car. Oh, my. Do I need to be? Okay, I need to know. Is this like something where you're trucking like 30 miles an hour and they walk out in front of you, kind of hit somebody with a car? Or is this something where you're like making a right turn and they're walking and they go, hey, and then they kept walking? I mean, what kind of accident are we talking about here? What kind of accident's going on? I mean, I need to know. We need to understand. Like, did you clock them and like they ended up on your hood, or did like are the legs still working? I mean, Samantha, we need more information here. I mean, did they bounce off the hood? I mean, I'm just saying, did they bounce off the hood, or like what's going on? You hope the car was okay. Fairy is a glass half empty. Fairy is the glass half empty in the chat. Fairy says, I did that once, but luckily the car was okay. All right. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Boo Boo wants you to run over their ex. I mean, if you want a side job here, Samantha, you need to equip like a grill in the front of the car, though. You need to have like, what was it, Death Race 2000? You need to have like a grill in the front of the car. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, you hit somebody with a car. Do I need to be worried about this? I need more information. I really do. I mean, I need to know did they end up on the hood and like bounce off, or did you bump into them, or was it somebody like you just bumped into them and they're like, hey, what happened here? Anyway, the King of Wands, the Adjustment, and the Hermit. I do think there's some legal ramifications from this, just based upon this. You have Adjustment. It feels like that there is a little bit of legal ramification coming from this. The King of Wands says there are some things happening in the background. And the Hermit. I wouldn't be too worried about this, but there looks like that there could be some legal ramifications from it. I don't see anything major. I don't see anything like a Six of Pentacles or the Tower or death or anything. I just don't see. I see more of a Hermit, right? It seems like we have to go justify ourselves, or we have to go and sort of, explain ourselves. It feels like that. Explain ourselves. Anyway, it feels like that's what's happening with this. Anyway, that's, as always, a piece of life advice from Tarot Oracle. Get a dash cam. All right? I'm just saying, get a dash cam. You need a dash cam. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, a dash cam fixes so many problems in life. People lying about stuff, people saying this, saying that. I just think a dash cam is always prudent, you know? The garbage pail deck is coming soon. I mean, yeah, I pre-ordered that. Samantha has another question as well. Should I call Alyssa back tonight? Chiropractor adjustment. Man, it's a rough stream. It's a rough Wednesday. YouTube user, thank you for your donation. All right, YouTube users, the last donation tonight. We got to end eventually, and we're going to end right now because that's where it is. A dash cam. Somebody hit me and they lied through their teeth. And I did not have a dash cam. And that was when I got a dash cam. I was like, this is not happening to me again. This is not happening ever to me again. I love my dash cam because if anything happens, I got evidence, right? And here's what you do if you have a dash cam. Here's what you do, all right? Another piece of advice from Tarot Oracle. If you ever get involved in anything, you don't tell anybody you have a dash cam. You just exchange information and you let the person go home and call their insurance company. And they're going to lie, and lie. It's your fault. You did this, blah, 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 blah. And what you do when they call you and ask for your side of the story, you just say, I have video. That's all you say. Let me send it to you. What's your email address? I have video. And so you send them the video that doesn't match all the lies that just came out of this person's mouth. And now, they're not really going to take that person seriously anymore when they call for the next accident. I'm just saying now. All right. By the way, entertainment purposes only. Never get a dash cam based upon a fact. No, do get a dash cam. Okay, anyway. All right. Should I call Alyssa back tonight? Is it worth it? Empress, yes. Princess of Cups, yes. Temperance, yes. You need to. Samantha, you've been putting it off. You need to let the chips fall where they may. You have been putting it off. You need to go forward and get it done. Absolutely. That is a massive. We're going to get the heart of hearts up in here. I mean, you need to. It's been bugging you. You've been thinking about it. You need to do it. This is the night tonight. Samantha, this is the night tonight. This is it. And anyway, this is the night. Anyway, week's almost over. It is. But I'll take the cards for the rest of the week into the weekend. I mean, you did sneak the extra 2 days. The extra 2 days in there, you did good, Nerds Bane. You snuck in those extra 2 days for the week, right? You didn't say just the week. You said, hey, I want my bonus days because this damn thing's half over, right? Nerds Bane, you know what I'm talking about. You're smart like that. Nerds Bane, you have to have a dash cam. You're super smart, Nerds Bane. You have to have a dash cam. I know. I have confidence in you. All right, the week's almost over. Take the rest of the week into the weekend. Four of Swords. Man, it is time to plan for next week. I'll be honest with you, okay? It's time to plan for next week. Next week is going to be something a little more interesting than this week, but that's the way it goes. The Four of Swords says wait, delay. It's time to rest. It's time to relax. It's time to get the next week prepared. It's time for preparation because I think that you have been laxed. I think that you've been lax in cleaning the house. I think that you've been lax in preparation. I think it's time to reset some of this and just get some of the basics out of the way. Get some of the root problems out of the way, and that is going to be important for you. Nine of Wands, though, right? Don't accept. Do not accept. Do not accept what that dude says. A particular dude is just trying to convince you of something. Do not accept it in the raw. The Nine of Wands. Be careful with this. Eight of Swords. You need to start smoking this weekend. Okay? No, I'm kidding. No, the Eight of Swords. Not a lot you can do about the situation. That's the root cause of this. Not a lot you can do about the situation. Very, very, very important with this because the Knight of Wands says next week, though. Next week looks clean. Next week has a little bit more fire. Next week has a little more action, and I think that's going to be important. I think that's going to be where you want to head. Absolutely where you want to head. So there you go. It's sort of a reset, relax, get it done kind of weekend. Anyway, and a week as well. Carol M, love reading week. Carol Colby, double YouTube user, and we we got a fairy read. Let's go to Carol. We're going to do YouTube user double shot at the end. Love reading with Carol. Let's get it done. Let's get you some love out in the corner. Let's get on your side over here with this. Get on your side over here with the fancy stuff tonight. The modern love tarot. Yeah, you need to start smoking some doobies this way. You know, that's the way it is. That's just the way it is. Okay. Anyway, let's get some love. 2022 love. What are we going to get? Where are we going to get it? 6 of Swords. Man, it's a long game, man. 4 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. You got a lot of swords here. I think you're really looking at an air sign. I think you're looking at an air sign right now, Carol, to focus on. An air sign to spend your time with. An air sign to rule. One air sign to rule them all. One ring to rule them all. So that's kind of the thing. Patricia, thank you for your donation. The 4 of Pentacles. It is about second house for you. It's about holding on to what you have, holding on to what is important. I think a lot of time in your love relationships, you're a little bit too giving, a little bit too lenient, a little bit too flexible. I think you need to kind of step back, right? You need to step back here, and you definitely need to go forth and do what is priority for you and communicate that out. There's a lot of air signs here. You are looking at communicating what's important to you out. Don't just take what you get. Don't just take what you get. You want to do that. 6 of Swords is a long game with love. Not something that's going to be quick to turn around. There's a thing that sort of slowly builds up. There's some things that happen. You just have to sort of relax and go forth and sort of keep moving into love scenarios with that. 10 of Swords as well, right? You got somebody that keeps coming back, get rid of them. Bottom line, you gotta get rid of anything that there's one person that you just can't get rid of. You're just gonna have to get rid of. Carol, that's the bottom line. You have to get rid of them. They're dragging you down at this point. All right. Anyway, the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords, you're back. It's a lot of communication, a lot of sort of going forth, a lot of air signs, a lot of things moving as far as that. Speaking of moving, she walked behind my car and I hit her. I wasn't even going 10 miles per hour. She walked behind. See, this is why I took 15 years of martial arts. This is why I took 15 years of martial arts. Is for that kind of stuff. I mean, hitting me with a car, I think it'd be pretty much impossible. I mean, I know how to dive roll. I know how to back roll. I know how to like side roll. I know how to leap out of the way. I know, that was very good for me. That was a lot of good memories. Anyway, especially getting thrown onto concrete for most of that damn time. When will I meet the love of my life, Colby? I'm going to give you an exact date. I am going to give you an exact date is what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to give you an exact date. Fairy, you have a question. Someone said, oh, you're asking a general question. All right, going to give it, Colby, an exact date. Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Coins, 7 of Swords. The love of your life. You're going to meet it mid-October, second, third week of October. It's going to be the love of your life. There you go. That's when you're going to meet it, right? 7 of Swords, you need to get out. You need to get Colby, you do need to get out. You need to get out. You need to sort of, do all that stuff. You need to sort of get out. You need to move out. You definitely need to be more mobile as far as sort of meeting people that are not online with this. The moon, right? You are looking at sort of a 10th month kind of feel with that. The 7 of Cups, this is a celebration. This is something where you have more opportunities towards near the end of the year, sort of third quarter kind of thing. I'm good at dodging cars so far. I mean, Nerdsbane, you gotta be. Yeah, I got thrown on concrete a lot. Yeah, parking garage. I got thrown on concrete. I got kicked onto concrete. I got chased around with a bamboo sword. My third degree black belt. My third degree black belt test was getting chased around with a bamboo sword. Basically, you try not to let them hit you. So you dive roll, you back roll, you leap, you dodge, you do all sorts of things. I remember I had my backyard. I had we had a tree, and I would hang 3 tennis balls on the tree from string, and I would get right in the middle of the tennis balls, and I would make all of them sort of swing from different directions, and I would dodge. I'd dodge from different directions while they swung and stuff, and I try to make it where I knew where they were swinging and how they were swinging, and then try to dive roll out and move and dodge and all this other stuff. Anyway, that's my life. That was my life. for a lot of years, man. Those are the years. Those are the years. Anyway, all right. And then I go pump weights for like 3 hours. All right, oh man, what should I do? What should I pay attention on this week? Should I pay attention to this week? Let's find out. Fairy Fairy, you're in the list. You're a YouTube user, you're in the list as well. So a lot of stuff going on with that. All right, pay attention to this week. Knight of Cups. Romance is key for you this week. It really is. Romance, love, people around you are key for this week. I think you have an opportunity for a little bit of romance. I think you have an opportunity for love. We have some love, good things going in. The devil, it's your week to be bad. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's your week to be bad. It's your week to just go out and do some things that are outside of your comfort zone. No, okay, no, wait. Entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? When it's your week to do fun stuff. It's your week to do fun stuff, not anything bad. Let me reword it. It's your week to do some fun stuff that you haven't done before. It's a week to get out of your comfort zone, do some fun stuff. Just go do some fun stuff that you've never done before, right? Ride the ride in the carnival that you've never ridden. Go out and just have some fun. Just basically getting out and having some fun. This is what you should be paying attention to this week. I think you've been stuck in a pattern. You've been stuck in sort of this raw, repetitive kind of stuff. Three of Pentacles also says it's a work week too. It's a work week too. I wouldn't really focus on that and more have fun this week with that. Obviously focus on any work that you have to do. Entertainment purposes only, but you do have sort of a getting out, having fun and paying attention to just getting outside of our comfort zone, doing things that we haven't done before, getting a little bit more adventurous this week and doing that. It seems like we're stagnant. We're sort of stalemated in a couple of ways. It's really that time. It is that time to do something a little bit different. That is what you should pay attention to this week. Shamik, it's been a minute. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, now we got Fairy Fairy had a question. I've been seeing angel numbers often, and that's a long question. And I can sense and sometimes see watching me sleep and at odd dream feeding. I saw a demon. They're trying to give me messages, angel. Okay, messages from the angel and demon. FF. Angels and demons. Okay, are the angels and demons around? Are they getting messages to you? What are they doing? How are they communicating this? If I'm going to be an angel and a demon, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the Edgar Allan Poe tarot. I'm going to throw it out here. I'm going to throw it out here and see what's happening. I think that's important. We need more angels and we need more demons maybe. We just had a demon right there. We literally just had a demon right there. All right, we're ending soon indeed. We got YouTube user out of here and then we are literally out of here. All right. The Three of Swords. This is the telltale heart. This is the most famous thing ever. It is the telltale heart, the most famous thing ever. I think you're hearing things happening that are behind the walls, that are a little bit on the other side, that you are now connected to something that you've never been connected before to. It's what I think. I think you're connected to something that you have not been connected to before. I think you have an open communication line with this, and you do have to not only be careful. You do need to be a little bit careful here, but you also need to listen to what they say. You also need to get these messages. You also need to find out what's going on with the telltale heart, because there are some messages coming across that are going to be important. The sun says some of these messages have to do with what's happening in May. I think that's important. What is happening in May? You need more information. The sun, you have this connection. You have these good things. I would go forth and get it done. The Fool as well. This is something that you need to take some action on. This is something that is mobile as far as that is concerned. The Ten of Swords, like you have a storm coming. There's like a storm coming that damages something too. It's got like totally unrelated, a storm coming that damages something. I think the message is that the telltale heart is communicating with you. The telltale heart has something to say and you need to listen to it. This is something from your past, something from a previous life. You need to understand what it is and what is coming, because I think there is somebody or something that's headed your way that you have encountered in the past, in a previous life. And the sun says illuminating this, shining light on this is going to be very important for you, especially after you get towards May, when you sort of get that in there. A demon pursuing you. The Fool. I mean, it is sort of a movement. There's a movement involved here. There's somebody moving in a direction. There's some things moving your way. But yeah, it's sort of wild, interesting indeed, Andrew. All right, we got YouTube user for the final one. Does Andy secretly want me as more of a friend? Oh my.
Music to make love to.
Well, I'm assuming Andy is 6 feet tall. Assuming Andy is 6 feet tall. I did not have time to make the carnival sign. You know, you must be this tall to enter YouTube user. I did not make that sign. Anyway, but does Andy secretly like me? Is Andy like that? 4 of Pentacles and a 2 of Swords. You know, I think Andy would hit it if he could. I mean, I'm just saying. Andy would hit it if he could. I mean, you'd have the 2 of Swords. I don't think they've really seen that direction. If you open the door, though, with a little flirt or something, I would say yes. I'd say Andy would hit it and quit. You do have a 4 of Pentacles here, though. I think Andy's more of a hit it and quit it. I think Andy's more of a hit it and quit it as far as that is. The 9 of Wands. I think this is something worth pursuing. I think definitely hit a little bit of a flirt. We can get it done. We can get it moving. So, I mean, I'll say yeah. Andy would hit it. All right. I mean, we'll find out. We have a travel question for the last piece of the puzzle, my friend. The last piece of the puzzle. We have me and 2 sisters are planning a trip. We're going to France, Italy, UK, and Switzerland. Do you see this trip happening? Well, not if gas gets like $100 a gallon or whatever. I mean, the trip may be canceled. You might want to book that trip now and lock down your price. That's what I'm saying. All right. We're planning a trip. Is it going to happen? 4 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands. Absolutely. I like it. I think a thumbs up. The trip is still going to go as planned. 2 of Pentacles, there's a lot of options open. I think it's going to be available. I think it's going to be okay. So, there you go. Anyway, the 4 of Cups. You do have an argument about where you want to go. It's like you get into this deep argument about where you want to go. I think you need to hammer this out before you make the trip, make the plans, okay? You need to hammer this stuff out because it's like one person wants to go here, the other person wants to go there. Overall, you have some disagreements. I think you need to hammer that out before you reserve. And the way gas is going, I think you need to reserve now and lock down your price is what I'm saying. And that is it for me. Thank you for being here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious, idiots, thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time